Well, we got an interesting project today. Perfect. To install a door lock set, or in this case, I have a coated access entrance knob, I guess for the lack of a better term, and we got a brand new door and there's no hole cut in it, so we're going to cut a hole with this Irwin door lock installation. I've already opened it up, but you can see it's a door lock installation kit. A lot of people don't know how to do this, but it's not that hard with a simple jig and pattern, or whatever they call it. The trick with these is you have to make sure that you get the right back set. You can see right there it says back set 2 3/8 or 2 3/4. Mine happens to be a 2 3/8 back set, and it came set with a 2 3/4. So had I not checked that, I would have drilled a hole in the wrong place on the door, which would not be good. And that would have meant I probably would have had to gone out and bought a new one of these, which is about 150 bucks. But anyway, we're going to get to it and see if we can get this project taken care of. Essentially what I did was I went to the old door that came out of here and I measured down from the top to see where my striker goes through, and it ended up being, I don't quite remember, 45 and 3/4 to the center. So essentially what I do is take the new jig like this, and again make sure my back set is set correctly so this hole isn't too far in or too far or too close to the edge. But again, mine is 2 3/8 inch. So I put that where I want it. Center that striker hole right where I want it to come out into my door casing. So it ends up looking like that. Then you put a screw in here and a screw in here to hold it in place. So when you come around to here and drill your hole through with a hole saw, it doesn't move on you. That's secured. Now the trick is when you come out through the back side of the door, it's a good idea when you see this pilot bit come out through the other side of the door, stop drilling, go around and drill through the other side, and what that will do, it'll prevent the door from splintering or any damage done to the outside surface. It's easier to go through than to come out through, if you can imagine. So we're going to go ahead and drill our hole on one side with the hole saw that comes with the kit. Have the drill set on the right setting helps. As I was saying, once you come through the backside, the little pilot drill pops out. It's a good idea to pull out the drill and go in from this side to finish it off. That way you protect the surface on the inside of the door. That's it. So once you get that accomplished, you remove the 2 what size is that again? 2 1/8 hole saw. You also remove this little adapter that they send on it. You might have to use a wrench for that, but this came right off. You replace it with the 1-inch hole saw, and that simply goes on like this, like so. Tighten her up. The idea is you want to drill through right there for your striker. So let's do that. You got to apply some force to this because it is a hole saw and you just have to push through. The idea is you want it to push all the way through till it pops out through the inside of the 2 1/8 hole that you've already drilled. So. Like that. That's simple. All said and done, we can look right through that hole into our big hole. That's where the entrance lock set, or whatever you want to call it. Not getting my terminology right, but you'll figure it out. See, right there. Now they send this little jig here and a router bit. And the idea of that is this little guy, these guys I should say, get pounded into those holes like so. Once you do that, this router trims, goes into your bit, you trim out the area where the plate's going in, just like that. Once you get that where it's going, and never force a tool towards yourself. So if you don't want to hold your hand here while you're forcing the bit, so what we're going to do is start down here, go up. Once we got our router done, pull this off. We finish this off with a chisel. We just cut the rest of the inside off, and this is perfect for the size of the striker that's going in there. We'll just like that once we get the excess wood out of the way. Once you get that just tap it a little bit, flush it out, maybe a little bit of fine tuning. That'll sit right in there, and put your screws to it. Nice. Okay, so this is a little different in the respect that I have on the top of my coated passage set, I have one of my screws has to go through the door here, and this goes through the big hole that I drilled on the bottom right here. It'll go under the striker, but I have to drill up here. I went out and measured the old hole in the old door. It was exactly 3 inches, directly centered above this hole, but 3 inches from the top of this hole right here. So I'm going to drill a hole right there to accept this, so this will sit flush on the door, like that. And when you're doing this, it's really crucial that you go straight through. You don't want to be, up or down, side to side. You want to go perfectly straight through the door, because this screw that holds the top wants to be level with the surface of the door. So be very, very careful that you are straight. Gotta make it a little bit bigger, but that's okay. I'd rather be too small. I can always make it bigger, I can't make it smaller. So I'm going to ream this out just a little bit to accept this, and that should work. That went on nicely, nice and straight. Bingo. All right. Lock the door. Perfect. I think I remember the combination. Yeah. Good locks. Perfect. All right. Well, that was it. Another mess to clean up, as you can see. But anyway, well, that's it. The Irwin door lock installation kit. I know installing doorknobs and new doors is a little tricky and kind of intimidating for some people, but it's really not hard if you have this little kit. This little doodad right here, and the hole saw's worked with, and it's a piece of cake. So, on to the next project. God knows what that is.